Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today I'm gonna try again and update my little Synology NAS. It's an DS411j. It's from 2011, so it's fairly old. A lot of you guys have asked why I don't use FreeNAS, and well, I actually did use FreeNAS back in 2010, and then I replaced it with a Synology NAS. So I have been using FreeNAS. I skipped it and went over to Synology. So well, that's about that one. Last video I made, I was pretty down because this little NAS thing was definitely not performing as it should. Right now it's a bit slow too. I have just asked it to update this application that is on it, which is the file station on it. It's a piece of software on the Synology NAS that controls shares and stuff like that, and it has become out of date, so I'm updating that. After that, I'm gonna be updating this surveillance system station, and probably there is also an update for the firmware itself that I can go and update. And then I want to do another disk update because I have another 4 terabyte disk that I want to put in there so that I get some more storage. That was the problem last time we looked at this, and we might just go to the screen and I'll show you that. So here we are in the storage manager, and this is where you get an overview of how the storage is doing. Right now it's 86% full. There is 7.2 terabytes available, and I've used 6.2 terabytes. Let's go down to the disk group, and we can see that I have that 4 terabyte in here. I also have 3 terabytes, and there is actually another 931 gigabytes available for me to use. So we might as well nah, we don't want to do that right now. What happens is that when you put in an extra disk, it integrates the disk into the array. Like this is integrated into the array, and if I want to add this 931 gigabytes of disk space to my array down here, so this 7.3 terabytes here would grow up to 8.17 terabytes. Well, I will go into manage. Then I would have to run a perform rate scrubbing first. This cleans up data and makes sure that everything is good. When that is done, I would be able to expand the disk group with unallocated disk space down here. So then I would be able to expand that, and the extra disk space in there would be usable. That usually takes a while, so I'm not gonna do that right now. So we'll cancel that and just notice that everything is good. I did actually think that I had done that, so that's kind of odd. Back here in the package manager, we can see that it has done upgrading this file station. So now I can go and update the surveillance station up there and press update over here, and that will load and update my surveillance system. That takes a while too. Okay, so while that is installing, I would like to tell you a little story, because I have dealt with these Synologies for quite a while, and I have this awesome story that I would like to tell you about. Years back, I was doing a feature film with my film company, and we had hired in some virtual effects dudes from India, and they were sitting in an office in India, and they needed some storage. So I actually took a Synology NAS and I shipped that down to India so that they could have that in their office and store the files, and I would be able to access that Synology NAS and copy stuff up here and forth and back, and upload files to that Synology NAS during the night and retrieving them and forth and back. At some point that NAS became too small, and we needed to do exactly the same thing as I'm doing here, expand the drives. And as Indian goes, the power was not very stable, so it was pretty normal for the power to disappear in well, almost days, but most of the time it was running. So doing the expansion of the drives, it's critical to not interrupt it too much. And what happened? Well, it was interrupted too much. So all the data that was on that Synology NAS was not accessible. We were running HHR like I am on this one. I actually had the Indian guys contact Synology. This was actually a DS411j, which is from 2010, and the box was way out of warranty already. But even though it was out of warranty, well, Synology was helpful enough to, they would like to help. The only thing we needed to do was to open up the box so that the technicians from Synology could go in with a Telnet connection and access the Synology box. And well, they managed to get in through the Telnet connection and fix the drives and everything. And they even apologized for, well, it took a couple of days before they were ready to give us that assistance. But even though it was outside of warranty and even though it was in India, well, they helped us out. And I thought that was really awesome, and it never cost us a penny except for the time lost while we were waiting for the Synology box to get up and running again. After that, we bought a UPS for that NAS box, so everything worked out. Well, so while this has been updating in the background here, up there, I've been trying to determine which of these hard drives that I wanna replace next. The top one is already replaced, so that's out of the question. And then there is the Seagate, and there is a Western Digital green drive, and then there's another Seagate. And as these Seagates, they're rock solid drives, they never fail. We can have a discussion in the comments about that. I'm probably gonna go with the Western Digital because that's the only Western Digital drive that is in there. And Western Digital green drive, well, doesn't have a good reputation either. None of them has, right? I think I'm gonna take out the Western Digital green drive just to have all Seagates in here. A lot of you guys have said never trust the Seagate drive, but well, I'll have to trust these 4 of them. Well, I'll wait until the update is done and then we'll go out into the data center and replace that Western Digital green drive. Okay, so the Synology NAS actually finished updating the apps on it. So I want to put on the new firmware, which is apparently available. You can see it right here. It has a little red mark there. That something is ready to be installed. So if we double click on that, we can see that over here under update and restore, there is also a little red mark. And that tells us to go over there and double click on that. And here we will get, it will check for the latest update. And it's checking for latest DSM updates. And it will probably find something there. It says that there are, the update 3 is available, ready for download. So I just press download, it will download that and it will tell me when it's done downloading that, and then I can press install. 27%, it will be just a second or two. Well, that was actually so quick that it was stupid of me to turn off the camera. It just went from 27% to 95% and then it was done. So, well, let's update now and it will update that. It's probably a minor update, and then it might want to reboot the system for it to install that, and it would be very stupid of me to exchange that hard drive doing that. Let's see, please note that the system cannot be powered off while I'm doing this. Yes, I will not power it off while I'm doing that. So yes, okay, so it's actually booting now. And when it comes up again, we'll check if that update number 3 has come on there, and then we can power it down and go and put in the new drive. The update is installed, I have logged in again, and there is no more updates available for it. So we're gonna shut it down and go out there and finally replace that bloody drive. So shut down. I just booted it. Yes. shutting down. So the box has shut itself down, or actually I turned it off, so that is all good. And I can see that I never put in the last 3 screws here. There is just 1 finger screw in it right now because I knew I was going to be doing this, so no reason to overdo this. Drive 1, 2, 3, 4. So we replaced drive number 1, and that's drive number 2. So we're gonna replace drive number 3 here. So we're gonna take that one out, and that's the Western Digital 3 terabyte green drive. Let's see, no screws, so we can just pop that out. And here we have the new drive, the Seagate BarraCuda 4 terabytes. So we're going from a 3 terabyte to a 4 terabyte, and this one is tiny compared. It's not as thick as the other one, so but I'm sure that doesn't matter. So we're just gonna pop that in the tray, and there is like a clickety thing. It sits in there really good, so we're gonna pop that right back in. It's in there. There, and we can close it up again. And we can put in some power to this box and network connection back in, and power it back on. There, it's gonna be complaining because it will realize that I've done something bad to it. So, but let's go check that out at the computer. Okay, so back at the computer, I have booted the Synology NAS up, and it's complaining in here. It says that the volume is degraded or crashed. It didn't really know that. I just pulled the drive. So yeah, I didn't do that in a good way. So that's probably right. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. And in here it says that, attention, there's a problem. We've seen this before. So let's go check out the hard drives. Now we have a Seagate 4 terabyte here, Seagate 3 terabyte, Seagate 4 terabyte, Seagate 3 terabyte. So we're gonna do exactly the same thing as last time, and we're gonna fix that. So we go up to disk group here, and here it says all the bad things, that it has lost that drive and what happened, what should we do. So we go up to manage, and it asks if we want to repair this, and that would be a good idea. So we're gonna repair that, and it's just the right disk, the only one that is available for that repair. So we're gonna press next on that, and it wants me that if I do that, everything on that drive will be deleted. So yeah, hope there wasn't anything good on it from the factory. I don't know what Seagate puts on their drives from the factory, but I'm sure it's good. Okay, so it's gonna do that, and it tells me down here that when we're done with this operation, I will have 9.08 terabytes to play with. So awesome. We're gonna apply the settings there. Might wanna remove that. That's just me playing with something else. And it's gonna do that, and it's gonna take forever and ever. So yeah, it's gonna sit and do that in the background, and we'll get back to it when it starts to integrate that. Okay, it completed that, and it has started to build the drive in here and synchronize everything. And last time I just didn't wait long enough, I'm sure, but now it's working. So this video is about concluded. Everything is working great. It's an old slow NAS box. It's from 2011. It was back when there was a version 4 of the operating system. I have seen that it's kind of slowed down when it went up to the version 6 of the DSM. That really took its toll on the operating system, but it does everything that it should do. The going around in the desktop in there is just way slower than they used to be. So, well, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. And Merry Christmas. Bye.